you're wondering, I've been laying in bed writing the script for about 4 hours with my makeup on so as to not look like a potato. Nothing wrong with potatoes though, because they're good. Change of scenery because the lighting was really bad. Today I'm going to be doing something that's maybe, probably, definitely not a good idea, but guess what?
I'm gonna do it anyway.
You probably already read the title, so you already know what's about to happen. Yeah, that's all. So I'm going to be making cookies with this Nestle chocolate chip cookie dough. We've had this in our freezer for quite a long time. I think we bought this when my mom and I went to Oklahoma, which is like March of last year. So that's cool. Here's me trying to find the expiration date. Here's me trying to show you the faded expiration date. Here's me thinking I'm really doing something by covering up the rest of the text, but as you can see, it's really not making any sort of a difference. I don't know what this clip is, but enjoy it. As you may or may not be able to tell, I don't take ASL, because clearly I do not know how to convey to you the fact that I'm using this container to make these cookies. Oh yeah, now might also be a good time to mention the fact that I'm making this in the microwave. Again with the bad hand motions. This is how you know I don't do TikToks. What I was trying to say was that I wasn't talking in the video because my grandmother was asleep in the bedroom, which is right next to the kitchen, hence this voiceover. Now this. This was the highlight of this cooking fiasco. Did you see that? Let's get a replay of that. If you thought that was bad, watch this. Someone get me out of the kitchen, honestly. I had a hard time here, as you can see. And for what? 2 grams of cookie batter. I don't know how much 2 grams is, because I don't live in Canada or any other country other than America, so here's me doing that weird hand thing to make things focus, I guess, I don't know. After putting 2 little cookie balls in the container, I tried to show it to the camera, but I didn't want a repeat of what had happened just seconds earlier. I put them in the microwave for like a minute and a half, and boy was that a bad idea. Here's why. When I brought them out of the microwave, I could literally hear them sizzling. They looked somewhat okay, besides being a major trypophobia trigger, but when you touch them... Did you hear that? Listen again. Was that satisfying? They literally sunk in at the light touch of a finger. I wasn't really sure what to do at this point, but what I was sure of was the fact that they were mad hot, and that they were definitely melted. Somehow. So what did I do to try and solidify them? Well, only what any other mentally capable human would do. I put them in the freezer. And thus was the end of making the Nestle chocolate chip cookies. But of course, I wasn't done in the kitchen, as you can tell considering there's still a few minutes left of this video. I had, in theory, a better idea. But was it really better though? I'll let you decide that. Yes, it was time to obtain the grain and get the bread. Except I was going to make bread in the microwave as well. We used to make bread all the time with our bread maker, and even though I hated bread, still do. It tasted awesome when we made it by ourselves. Where that bread maker went, I don't know. It's probably out making bread for someone's Starbucks tomato caprice, or it could be grinded up and being used to make recycled toilet paper. We'll never know. All I know is that it made for some great memories and even better bread. It sounds like an infomercial for a bread maker. The only thing I can do is hope that it's living its best life. Anyway, I started by putting flour into another container. I'll put the recipe in the description if you want exact measurements. Afterwards, I put in baking soda. Honestly, I have no idea what baking soda does, and I know you don't either. It's not like it makes it taste any better. Once I was making a cake in the microwave, and I accidentally put too much baking soda, I guess. The cake tasted good for the most part, but it had a faint undertone of carpet fibers, refrigerator, and singular flip phones. But I digress. If for some reason you actually do know what baking soda does, let me know. For right now, all I know is that it makes everything taste like static. My guess is that it makes it rise as a substitution for yeast or something, but The fact that she used it to clean carpets, I mean, I just don't know. The original recipe said to put in vanilla flavoring, but as a spur of the moment decision, I decided to make this bread lemon flavored. Okay, so what did I do? I got some lemon juice from the refrigerator and I plopped it in. Then I realized that I was an idiot and could have just used lemon extract, so I put some of that in as well. I don't know if that made the situation better or worse, but the damage had already been done. I also decided to add in some butter extract for taste, but if I'm being honest, it doesn't taste good, nor does it taste like butter at all. In fact, no flavor extract that I've ever used tastes like what it's supposed to taste like, in my opinion. As a matter of fact, they all taste like they shouldn't be consumed to begin with, so really that's another thing that I have no idea what the purpose of it is. I mean, they literally taste like chemicals. Is it just for the scent? I don't know. Next, I added an egg. Don't worry, it's not the world record egg, though it may be one of its distant cousins. Side note, the fact that 10.1 million people are currently following an egg and it's verified on Instagram kind of scares me for society, but hey, what can you expect? Anyway, here's a nice sound. Look at that egg period. Next, I had to add milk, but I looked in my fridge and realized that we didn't have any milk, or regular kind of milk. Of course, this was the problem, so I started to panic. Then, I found evaporated milk. Honestly, the packaging kind of intimidates me. What is evaporated milk? What's so special about it? What's being evaporated? It just sounds like something that Kylie would feed to Stormy. I don't know. I looked it up and apparently they just evaporate some sort of water out of it. I don't know. I didn't really comprehend what was going on there because I kind of just didn't care. Last thing I added was vegetable oil. Nothing to really say about that except it's like oil from vegetables. I don't know. Afterwards, I had to knead the bread. Now, I'm not the best kneader. In fact, I've never kneaded anything before, so I'm not really sure what the best method of going about this would be. I just kind of rubbed it around in my hands the way that you would with a bar of soap, and it made this nice sound. This could easily be an ASMR video, except I'm talking really loud, so yeah. The recipe said to keep kneading until you could stretch it without it disintegrating. I kneaded for a total of 5 minutes, adding more and more flour just to like make it kind of stick together better, but to no avail. Sure, I was able to stretch it for like 2 millimeters until the dough, if you can even call it that, kept sticking to my fingers and then falling apart like kinetic sand. At that point, I was just sick of it and decided to get to the actual baking part. I put it in the microwave for 4.5 minutes like the recipe said to, because I followed directions. We're not going to talk about how much flour is on my elbows in this clip. Four and a half minutes later, it was time to taste everything. I brought the bread out of the microwave. It had risen, right? It was getting pretty thick. I touched it and realized something awful. The bread was hard as a rock. The food object could easily have given someone a concussion if thrown hard enough. This organism won a snail race against Gary and Snelly. Don't even get me started on how hard it was to cut. I burned 6,000 calories trying to carve into that sedimentary rock. The inside was so dense. And the taste. Oh, the taste. It was like actual dirt with an aftertaste of static and dryer sheets. The lemon extract, it did nothing. The butter extract, nothing. Let's not even talk about the fact that biting into it could have easily caused me broken teeth and thousands of dollars in dental procedures. I continued to eat it though, for some reason, and I got through maybe a third of it over the course of the next 3 days. I tried adding butter on it, but it did nothing but make it slippery and kinda salty. I just realized this one thing I never added to the bread. Salt. Basically, this project was a complete and utter failure. Again, the recipe for microwave bread is in the description, though after seeing this video, I don't know how many of you guys would want to even attempt this. I don't really know what went wrong, but my best guess is that it had been microwaved for too long and basically just lost all moisture. Or maybe it was the fault of that stinking, dumb, no use for it at all, baking soda. After moping over my culinary failure, I remembered that the cookies were still in the freezer. I brought them out and they were actually kind of okay. They tasted kind of funny though, probably because they were a full pregnancy cycle past the expiry date. In conclusion, Nana, if you're watching this, I promise I can be trusted in the kitchen, and this is completely the fault of wikihow, not me. So yeah, that's basically all. See ya! I just wanted to hop on here really fast and apologize for not uploading last Saturday and uploading this video a day late. I had been in the process of filming another video last Saturday, and things got a bit hectic and busy. Of course, that's a really bad excuse, but hey, you guys deserve at least some sort of explanation. I tried to upload yesterday, but editing was taking a really long time, and it was midnight anyway, so I decided to throw in the towel. Anyways, that's all I want to say. Like, subslime, and yeah.